Greetings everyone, I have returned. And hello Ronathan, I returned back again to do another contest. So yeah, this time we're redesigning Ron's Fakemon. Now before we start, I have no qualms with Ron's designs, it's just I feel like some of them could be expanded on or manipulated a bit to be just a tad bit better. And as for the first redesign, well, Behem Prime, which was from Ron's video of turning regular Pokemon into legendaries. Don't get me wrong, I like the design somewhat, but I feel like it just lost a lot of the weirdness that Behem thrives on. Look, the private investigator, Men in Black kind of aspect is cool, but the thing behind these designs is they are meant to be weird, they are meant to be alien. And that's obvious through their names. LGM is Little Green Man, LGM, and then Behem is BEM, Bug-Eyed Monster, both descriptors for aliens. And yet, Ron took the design that's supposed to be weird and alien and made it a little too human, because it just looks like a Behem with clothes, honestly, in my opinion. Now, I'm aware it obviously could be something different if you really wanted, but to me personally, I just think it looks like a Behem wearing clothes. I think it's possible to do the blending in with human inspiration better, because I want a design that feels sort of uncanny or out of place. Very clearly, it's trying to imitate people, but it's just not quite getting it. And once again, back to the Men in Black thing, most alien tropes around that time were about aliens taking the form of people to trick others. Men in Black did it, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Thing. It's a trope that was indeed very prevalent and even still nowadays is quite prevalent. So I feel like taking it back to like 90s fashion and 90s sci-fi makes a lot of sense, because obviously someone wearing 90s garb nowadays is going to look a little out of place. There's nothing wrong with wearing 90s attire, it's just not common. So switching the trench coat aspect for kind of a feather boa kind of look, and making Behem's already kind of trench coat-esque look culminate into a dress slash UFO, I felt worked pretty well. It's a very humanoid silhouette, but there's just a little that's unsettling about it. The sort of exposed brain look that the top of it has going on, the weirdly out-of-style futuristic sort of glasses it has for its face that look kind of unsettling with the 90s fashion look. And, of course, you gotta give it confidence. If it's trying to blend in, the most efficient manner to do so would be to act as if it was always there. Behem can already manipulate memories and control people and individuals, so having it walk forward, strut its stuff, and act like you literally can't do anything about it, I feel like it just makes sense. So to wrap up my thoughts on the design, I feel like the original lost a lot of the weirdness Behem thrives on. The Men in Black reference is cool, but Behem Prime becoming more humanoid to blend in feels a lot more natural for its progression, at least in my opinion. Now as for the second redesign, I decided on Borveridge. And really, my qualms with this design boil down to, one, it looks more like a generic pig than it does a peccary, which is what Ron laughed at and made a design from, because Borveridge was from one of his videos where he had to design a Fakemon based off what he laughed at. He laughed at a peccary getting soda and being called Senor Pumbaa, but yet the design looks far more like a squash or a gourd than it does either a Coca-Cola bottle, which is, of course, what the bottle was, or a peccary. So really, one of the things I did want to change was making it more clearly a peccary slash a Coca-Cola bottle, because those old soda bottles do have a very clear look. They know what they're going for, they know what they're aiming for, and that's what it is. Also, Borveridge's whole thing is that it is meant to have super compressed berry juice in it that it launches at opponents. But it doesn't look full enough for that compression to actually make sense. Because the thing with carbonation is, yes, it can cause a overflow, but typically there has to be enough in it so that the fizz doesn't just fill the rest of the thing. So the design being full makes a lot more sense. Not only that, I did kind of want to give Borveridge a bit more personality because the original design to me felt kind of flat, no pun intended. Also, I feel like it lacked a bit of color, so giving Borveridge a bit of a stripe along its torso, to kind of mimic the label on a soda bottle, as well as giving it some fizz hair, because why not? Its whole thing is fizz and carbonation and firing off carbonated shots, so yes, technically Borveridge did have a canon inspiration to it, but I don't think it was entirely necessary. And even still, it does have some of that in this design, because the tail can double as a fuse, and the overall bottle shape can work pretty well for a cannon as well. This design, unlike the BHM design, was one I just wanted to alter a bit. It might look like a lot changed, but it was just taking the exact same ideas that Ron did and compressing it into a more pig-like shape, with some changes here or there like personality or a splash of color. So my thoughts on Borveridge as a whole: the original design was made because Ron laughed at a peccary, though it didn't look like a peccary, which I wanted to change. I also wanted to add some more color and personality because, well, I felt like it just needed some. But as I said at the beginning, I have no qualms with Ron, really, when it comes to his designs. I just feel like there were some that I could change or alter to make better designs. It's not a personal attack towards Ron. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm just taking some of the works he's already done and some that are already good and trying to improve them. But anyway, this is Jay, signing away, forever and always. Bye-bye.